3 a.m. and gathered to continue the hiking to the summit. But to be honest, those of us in my cabin who had no sleep at all, it was so cold in our cabin and we could not sleep till this 3 a.m. when we had to continue the hiking. Me, I cannot count. I'm going back down. Let me update you guys. I tried it. I tried going to the summit, but you know yourself, no be cautious. The energy I have, let me save it for going back down because I'll need it. So sorry you all. At least I tried. The others have gone up. Some of us are going back down. We can stay up here and pray, Omakeli. You know, that people they really can't. God will hear your prayers more. It's nearer to God. So the moment I decided to turn back, not to continue any further, my friend with whom I was hiking the mountain with, he too decided like he's gonna join me. Let's go back down together because he wanted to reach the summit with me. But since I'm not going, so let's go together. So we got back, we waited for a bit for places to get bright and clear so I can have a view of the mountain lodge for you guys. So this is what it looks like. You have that, which is the restaurant area, and I just want to show you guys a quick tour of this area. On my right hand side is the restaurant of the mountain. Food here is quite expensive than you have down, of course, because of the transportation and all of that, but it's very, very expensive. So that's why they advise you to bring your kwakoko when you're coming. So this is what the restaurant looks like. Very basic, just tables and chairs with expensive food, like normal food, but it's so expensive. And they have their kitchen, which is on my right hand side. That's the kitchen where they cook. And then going further, you have the toilet here where people shower. That's the toilet. I'm not going to show you guys the inside toilet, like I don't want to get people's nudes out here, but that's the toilet area. And this toilet area is for the cabins which are up here. Like there are two sets of cabins. Like you have the cabins which are up here, or rooms, and you have other rooms which are down, which I'm going to show you guys shortly. But this is where we were lodged at. Some of us were lodged at here. I was up here. My cabin was up here. My cabin was cabin 4, as you guys saw from the last video, and cabin 4 is up here, and you have the other cabins down. But I don't even know why they even spaced out these cabins like this, because from one cabin to another cabin is so much work. You still have to climb small hill before you reach the other cabin. It's just so tedious, unnecessarily tedious, when somebody is supposed to go and be resting. But they have spaced out the cabins up here. Meanwhile, down there, the cabins which are down, they are more together. Like they just joined everything together, and then they have bunk beds there. Here you have separate beds here, which I showed you guys in the previous video. But I don't know if to prefer which one, but up here is colder. Up here is so cold compared to the cabins down. Those of us who did not continue to the summit, we packed from these up cabins to the downer cabin. That's where we slept for a bit before places could get bright for us to go back down. So I can compare that. I slept up here and I slept down there, and down there is more warmer compared to up here. Up here is so cold, very, very cold. So in front of me, you have Solange, with whom we climbed together. We climbed together from intermediary herd to herd 2, and there was a guy who was carrying her bag as well for her, just like me. My friend carried my bag for me. So the two of us were climbing with bags free, but still yet we were resting every after 2 minutes because we could not come and care ourselves. And coincidentally, we were sent to the same cabin. So you already have Thelma, who was really waiting for us up here. Thelma, Solange, and myself, and 2 other girls who were in the same cabin. And the cabin was so fun, very, very fun. So now we're done with that other side. Let's move over to the other side. Once you stand from that place, the restaurant area, the right hand side, this is where we're coming from. That's where the upper cabins are found, and on my left hand side where we're going to the downer cabins. And when I was going for the campfire, the previous night. I actually stood here to capture the view down. The view was so beautiful with all the lights and everything. It's like you could see the whole of Fako and Littoral. It was so beautiful, but camera was not doing justice to that view, and I was just like, nah, just put the camera down and continue my way. But it was so beautiful. When you're going down, I think when you're going down to these cabins down, you can actually appreciate like the view. You can see the town down. Like it's like you're in an aircraft and you're seeing houses down the way they are so small. You can literally see the whole city. Like it's so beautiful because you feel like you're above somewhere and you're seeing houses down there which are looking very, very tiny, but it has a very, very beautiful view from here. This is where I was trying to capture the view at night, which I did not succeed to get a good capturing moment. But yeah, the view is so beautiful, even more beautiful during the day even, right? That's where we're coming from, the restaurant area. That's the restaurant building, and then behind there you have the upper cabins, and then coming down to the lower cabins, right? But that's the view. This is what the place looks like. This is what the mountain lodge looks like. So let's continue. Let's go back down to our focus, right? I just wanted to show you guys that view because it was just very, very beautiful. So coming back down to these downer cabins, you have on my left hand side you have what I've written Fako Mountain Lodge. People stand here to take pictures. If you're not following me on Instagram, go and follow me so you'll see my pictures I took while I was standing here. And then on my right hand side, this is their toilets for the downer cabins, of which I'm not going to enter inside to show you guys. But yeah, they have their toilets as well. And then these are their cabins. Can you see how close their cabins are? Like you don't need to go through any hell and back to move from one cabin to another, as opposed to the upper cabins where you have to move and climb hills to get to one cabin. So yeah, going behind their cabins, this is what the view looks like. They actually have a very, very beautiful view going behind. They do have a public tap here, which is by their kitchen, which just makes some sense, right? You're cooking, you need water. The kitchen is on my right hand side. This is what their kitchen looks like. It's a traditional African kitchen, what we call three-stone fireside. Yeah, but up there they have a gas and they have three-stone fireside, the upper restaurant. But yeah, that's what the kitchen down here, and that's what we did the campfire, where you can see that burning. That's what had the campfire. So this is the view you get from behind here. This is basically it. It's very, very beautiful, and I just love the fact that the cabins they are warmer. That's what I can see, and I think it's because they are closer together. That's why they are warmer. But yeah, that's the view you get from here. Maybe the price of cabins up there are more expensive than the price of cabins down here, because I realized quite a number of differences. Up there feels more intimate and private because you have just 3 beds per cabin, but down here you have about 8 to 10 beds per cabin, and the beds are bunk beds. You have the up floor and the downer bed, and then the mattresses are more softer and they have Macintosh. But up there they have the hard mattresses, these mattresses that you don't sink when you sleep on them, and then it just feels more intimate. So maybe price determines where you sleep. So woke up at 3:30 to go, but my body just told me that now. I started off, I took off with them. We reached a certain level. Ha! I said, should I turn back? They said, no, continue going. And then I asked again, should I turn back? They said, no, continue. And then it was at the third point where it's so cold up here, despite the sun. Like the sun, forget about the sun. It's so cold. At the third point, fam. Hey. At the third point, I wanted to start removing off some things from my body. My body just told me that if you take one step, if you try, I will leave you here. I said, what? Who am I to do otherwise? That is how I just said, let's turn back. So we had already gone far, not so far, but we'll turn back and we'll just keep back and managed to have some small sleep before we want to go now. It's now I'm actually having small sleep because in the night in that room we did not sleep. It was so cold. I don't know if it's that We could not see where air was coming from. The air was entering inside our cabin. But at this other cabin where we came and slept, when we came back, it was a little bit warmer. So I had like 1 to 2 hours of sleep. So we're ready to go now. Yo, where's the bonbon? Where's it coming from? That girl. How did they buy bonbon and bring me? Okay, take off time. So the same time we took off yesterday, taking off again. 8:40. See you guys down there. So the view you get when you're going down is quite scary for people who do not like heights, because you feel like you're up there and you're just seeing things down. It feels like the slightest mistake you will make, you will just start tumbling and rolling and going down. But if you're not scared of heights, you actually enjoy the view because you feel like you're just above the earth, like you're floating above the earth and you're seeing things down there. But the view is quite nice for those who are not scared of heights. But your baby girl fell while she was trying to go down. I was so careful while I was going down, taking it one step at a time just so I do not miss my step and just start tumbling. But still yet a baby girl fell. Thank God I was able to grab on something and I did not tumble. But yes, I fell. I've told you guys. So when you're going out, you have this goodbye from Mount Cameroon National Park. While we're entering, you can remember from the first part, it was welcome into Mount Cameroon National Park. But once you're going down, this is what you have. Goodbye. Back to where we started from. Back to base. Bye. We're ending the vlog here. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I don't even have voice. Like I don't have voice. I don't have voice to talk. I'm feeding. We'll discuss that in another day. But now back to where we started from. Peace out.